Taurus, welcome to your end of May 2022 General Tarot Update. It's Raina here. Happy birthday to those of you who are Taurians born during this time frame. Pick an additional card just because. Okay. Putting it down here because okay, maybe it's easier to see. I'm holding this upright, but this was picked in the reverse position. The heart of the matter is the Wheel of Fortune. Feeling misaligned. Of course, we do have a Mercury Retrograde. And this is in, the Mercury Retrograde starts in your second house of earned income, which can be a situation where, because I have Taurus rising actually, and sometimes that can be that you may feel like you're, when Mercury is going through your second house, and if you're experiencing a blip of not the same stream of income, just realize that Mercury is retrograde in this house. And really, it calls attention to how you make money and things like that, because that can be very helpful. Sometimes we have to review things, especially with Taurus people. You tend to just keep doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results, when sometimes you need to also have that kind of flexible mind where you can experiment a little bit if something isn't working, doing something else. But also, I would say too, like if you have any travel plans that were put on hold, there could be a delay in something like that, and you might feel a little bit disappointed, but just realize that that is temporary. Anything that is Jupiter related, like school and things like that, don't fret, because it's asking of you, how important is this to your life? For some people, when they have a delay, they will look back and say, well, I was supposed to go and study abroad, and everything was set, and then something happened, and I went in this different direction, and I took this job over the summer, and then these wonderful things happened to them. That was fate. That was meant for them to experience something different and not be aligned with those plans, like something better coming their way. So don't feel like if something has been delayed that it's the end of it. Something better could be right around the corner for you. In the past position is the King of Swords. This is a card of sometimes being out of touch with your emotions. And if this is a person, it could be an Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. For some reason, I always associate this with Aquarius because I think they are the most attached of all, but Gemini is probably a close second. But this kind of, it could even be something within yourself that is like, you're closing your heart or trying to keep yourself from feeling too much about something because maybe you don't want to suffer. And it's interesting that we have this as the challenge card, because the Three of Swords is a card of feeling rejected. And this can be, of course, in love, but also in some kind of job setting where you thought you were going to get the promotion and somebody else got it, and it made you feel like you were second best. It made you feel like you weren't up to the quality that they were looking for. And it can, take a hit on your self-esteem. And whether or not it's, that's a message that you're telling yourself. It might not be true, but it could be something still that The higher message or the bigger picture is the Two of Wands, which is a card of being at a crossroads, whether or not you are really wanting to stay put or to travel. See, that's why I say with the Wheel of Fortune in the challenge position, something may be impeding your ability to move. But this is like for those people who were thinking of moving abroad, moving far away. And somebody pointed out there's another hand on that staff, on that wand, and that's somebody else's hand. So somebody else may be necessary for you to make this decision, that you can't make a decision on your own because there are other people that are affected by your decision. So like if you were to quit a job where you didn't get the promotion, I mean, that might be your temptation, but on the other hand, you might say, well, I have a family that depends on me, so I'm going to stay. You know, those kinds of decisions. And with relationships, it can be, you know, if there's a third party involved, the Three of Swords can sometimes be love triangles. And what's coming in is the Two of Cups, and this is a card of reuniting with somebody. During this Mercury retrograde that's happening until June 3rd, Mercury's going back into Taurus. So it all comes back to you, Taurus. What is it that you want for your life? You know, that's how I would characterize the first house altogether, is your life at this time. Maybe there's something that you don't want in your life, but you have this desire for love. You know, you can only have love where it's present. You can't have it because you will it. You know, you want some person to give you that love. They can only give it to you if they have it. So if you reunite with somebody, it should be for the right reasons, not just because you are pining away for them, but you know that they don't have the same feelings for you. Maybe they're narcissistic and they just can't, they don't have the empathy altogether. I mean, all of these things are a possibility, and you have to be able and willing to see this and not to shy away from it. And, you know, the theme of commitment is present with the Two of Cups. Also, the theme of commitment can apply to you staying somewhere where you're tempted to leave, or maybe you did walk out in anger, but you don't really want, they don't want you to leave and you really don't want to leave, but your ego got bruised, something like that. And you know, I want to say too that the Three of Swords can sometimes be if a person feels unwanted or unappreciated, not necessarily having anything to do with a promotion, but just feeling that way. And maybe you were in a vulnerable position. Also, because Uranus is transiting your sign, you are chomping at the bit for, to be more free. And so you might just kind of overreact to things when really you're looking for that freedom. I picked this card as an outcome card, the Knight of Swords, and this is about being more outspoken and less maybe going along to get along, but also what it is that you're pursuing. You may be pursuing, you know, if this is job-related, jobs and teaching and writing, this is a card of a lawyer. So if this is something to do with a marriage that is like ending, and I'm recording this right before the lunar eclipse in Scorpio, in your 7th house of committed partnerships. So this reading is supposed to be the aftermath of that eclipse because it's in the second half of the month. But, you know, the way that I record them, it's not necessarily aligned with the astrology in terms of when I decide to do the readings. The midpoint point of May technically is May 17th, so Maybe I'm doing it a little bit prematurely, but I do things when I have the ability, the freedom to do it the most. And so I picked a clarification card. I got the Ace of Pentacles. This can be new work. This can be a new relationship that's very solid and a new, maybe a new phase in your life, Taurus. And certainly because you guys have had your birthday and you're in the new cycle altogether, and Pentacles relates to the earth. It certainly makes sense to me. So I hope that this resonated, Taurus. If you would like a personal reading, I'm primarily an astrologer. I'm promoting my double readings, my double chart readings called Deep Dive, which is an hour of chart analysis with an hour of important transits for the next 12 months. And I have the whole enchilada, a full-length tarot reading with chart analysis or transits. That one is also for sale price, and I have single readings, standalone readings. You can find out more information at rainamoonastrology.com. The link is below. Take care. Bye.